Hi guys, happy Wednesday. I am here delivering some exciting news for you folks that are living in the city and thought that you could never experience chicks, baby chicks. Well, I'm here to tell you. I have now hatched, I don't live in the city, but this is good news for you guys. I have now hatched 2 batches of chicks this year in my kitchen. They live in my basement. It's doable and it's easy. Not super easy, but pretty easy. So all you need is like 7 or 8 things, and I'm going to go through those things that you're gonna need and hopefully help you out, because I think that hatching eggs is one of the most incredible experiences ever. I'm 27 and I still think it's the coolest thing every single time one hatches. I am equally as excited as the first time. So I don't have kids yet, but I cannot wait to share that experience with them. It is just the neatest thing ever. So no matter where you live, you can do it. Probably don't recommend it if you live in an apartment, because they can be noisy little buggers. Not super noisy, but noisy enough that your neighbors probably would be upset in an apartment. But maybe not, who knows. Anyways, I'm gonna go through those 7, 8-ish things that you're gonna need with you and that you're going to need in order to do this. But hang tight, I'll show you. First, you need an incubator. This is the one I use. It holds 22 eggs. You might not need one that holds that many eggs, but this is great for any type, beginner, experienced, because this specific incubator, Nurture Right 360, I am not sponsored. I am not being paid to say that, but hey, a sponsorship would be nice, because I am a crazy chicken lady and I would always love to hatch more chickens. So anyways, Nurture Right 360, this is the one I have. It maintains the temperature for you exactly where it needs to be, 99.5 degrees, give or take about a half degree, but it pretty much holds steady that whole time. It also maintains your humidity, which is very important. All right, I'm back. I looked up some incubator information for you. Since I have the Nurture Right 360, holds 22 eggs, is a fabulous, highly recommend, not sponsored, would love to be. Anyways, another one I looked up is there's a good incubator. It's called the Brenzia. I want to say mini. It holds 7 eggs. Might be a better option for you if you do live in the city or you're starting out. Actually, I do think, yeah, if you're starting out, that might be the better idea, because it only holds 7. You're only going to have to worry about potentially only like 4 to 7 chicks. You don't get 100% hatch rate every time. Number 2, very important, probably the most important, second most important thing, is the eggs. You are going to need fertilized hatching eggs. No, don't go to the grocery store and get eggs out of the refrigerator section. They won't hatch. Probably not, unless you buy super fancy eggs from like Natural Grocer or something, free range, and they're out there by chance with a rooster. Probably not. Maybe there are some, but no, don't do it. Don't do it. Go to a local farm, go to a local ranch, ask friends, see if they know anybody with chickens. Call me if you live in Colorado. I can sell you some eggs. Anyways, yes, find fertilized eggs, do your research just a little bit, not hard. You could jump on Craigslist, which I think in Colorado you're not supposed to sell live animals, but technically they're eggs. You could probably find them. Go on, look for fertilized hatching eggs, buy some to throw in your incubator. Okay, I'll be back with number 3, what you need. Number 3, what you need is a brooder. It's called a brooder. It is where you are going to put your chicks after they hatch. I use a galvanized stock tank, which is pretty large, really large actually. It's 6 foot in diameter. And it's divided up, and I have a lot of chicks in there. I actually got 2 stock tanks downstairs. But anyways, I'm telling you, if you live in a house, if you live in a townhouse or something like that in the city, something smaller would be great. You can go into your local Tractor Supply. You can go into a Murdoch's. You can go probably to an Ace Hardware. I recommend getting a metal tub. Metal is great because I'm gonna get to what you need next, and what you need next can start a fire if you're not very, very careful. So I think a way to eliminate that risk is by using a metal tank as a brooder. Anyways, yeah, so anything really works to put them in. A big like Rubbermaid container, very temporarily will work. I highly don't recommend it if you are going to have the chicks for more than a day. It's a fire risk if you do not have the next item that I'm going to tell you about secured very, very well, and make sure that it absolutely cannot fall and is not touching any of the rubber or plastic or whatever you're using, because it is a fire danger. But so that's why I say a small metal tank. Anyways, number 4, what you need is a heat lamp. I recommend getting an infrared bulb to go in your heat lamp. The infrared allows the chicks to sleep at night. They can actually rest when it's on. With the white light, it doesn't allow them to get the proper rest that they need. And all of those little factors are crucial for chicks. They're pretty darn fragile, but if you do it right, it'll be fine. Anyways, infrared bulb, heat lamp, that's number 4. You're gonna wanna be careful with that heat lamp. Like I've said before, you need to fasten that heat lamp very securely to the brooder or to whatever you're going to have holding it, because it can be pretty dangerous and start a fire if it is not properly secured. If it's properly secured and you get the one with the safety feature, which is like a little metal basket that goes around the front, you'll be fine. Just be careful. Okay, moving on. I just ran up the stairs really quick, so I'm winded. But adding on, giving you another option if I freaked you out about the heat lamp. I'm out of breath. 2 flights of stairs, holy crap. Anyways, another option if I freaked you out about the heat lamp, which don't be freaked out, but also take precaution. If you are not on a super tight budget, it's not that expensive, but it all does add up. If you are buying all of this at once, you're just getting started. This is an option. This is a Brooder Plate, they call it. It doubles as also a heater once your chickens are big. This is a safer option. This is Chicken Coop Brooder. This brand here is Producer's Pride. Really, it's just like a plate that heats up. Like I said, about $40. You throw it in there. The baby chicks go under it, and it keeps them warm. I've done a lot of research, and I have never heard of one of these brooder plates starting a fire in the brooder. Mine gets really, really warm for them, and they stay warm underneath it, but not hot enough that I would expect it to be able to start a fire. Now anything can happen. So you're gonna need 2 of these. These are just little plastic containers. I get mine from Tractor Supply. These are cheap, they work really well, and they're dual purpose. So this side, waterer, put water in here, fills up with water for the chicks. This side, which I get 2, you can't do them at the same time. Flip it over, and this side is for food. So I recommend these. This is what I use. They're small, because chances are you're not gonna be keeping those chicks in your basement for too long if you live in the city. So these, perfect. 5. I think I'm on number 5. You need 1 bag of pine shavings. So don't want to get all this all over my floor because I am inside. This is what they look like. Pine shavings. I get the fine pine shavings. Really easy to clean up. You either use a broom and a pan and dump it into your trash, or if you have a shop vac, you can just vacuum them right up out of that brooder when you're done. But anyways, you are going to need this. This is the bedding that the chicks need inside the brooder. Last but not least, you are going to need to feed them. And if you're only going to keep them in there for a day or two, there is actually a good chance that they might not eat yet, but you need it there in case. So I use, again, not sponsored, but hey, if you hear this and want to sponsor me, I use Purina. I use Purina medicated starter grower. It's feed for chicks. There's a lot of different feed for all stages of life for your chickens. At this stage, you need the starter grower, and it has a higher protein and helps them grow and be strong and healthy. But anyways, I use Purina and I use the medicated feed. Now, and I think that's a wrap for everything that you need. I might have forgot something. If I do, I will put it down in the comment section. I don't know how to link it for you guys, but my cousin's YouTube, and they always say everything is linked below. So I'm gonna try to figure that out. And like I said, not being paid for any of this and not sponsored, but hey, hit me up if you wanna sponsor me. Honestly, you can get all of these things at your local Tractor Supply and they will help you. Right now, during the beginning of the spring, they do this thing called Chick Days. If you go in there and ask them for all of the things that I have mentioned, sometimes they're not super helpful because they're usually like 16-year-old kids that don't really know. But there are multiple options. Do a quick Google search before you go in for like an alternative option. But it's pretty easy. Just say you want medicated chick feed. You need fine pine shavings. You need a galvanized metal tank. Doesn't have to be huge. They do have small ones. I don't know if I said heat lamp. I don't know if I said feed. I did say shavings and a feeder waterer. I recommend a small one, like no bigger than a quart. That would be plenty fine. Go in there, ask them. Don't get too distracted by the baby chicks that are already there because you will have some of your own in 21 days. Incredible experience for your kiddos. Pretty awesome for you. If you're an adult, if you're 40, you don't have kids, go for it. It's still fun. Anyways, so yeah, get an incubator, get a candler, get an incubator with a candler. The one that I showed you, the Nurturite 360, has a built-in candler. That's what I recommend. So much fun. Anyways, when you're ready, you place the eggs, read the instructions, and I recommend before you do any of that, figuring out what you are going to do with the chicks once they come, meaning finding them a forever home. Pretty easy to do, honestly, especially if you're doing this around the spring or summertime. People are looking for chicks, and if you are giving them away or selling them for very cheap, then you won't have a problem. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're excited. I hope that you go out and find eggs, fertilized eggs, and I hope that you do this at your house. Honestly, if I had kiddos, I don't know if I could be any more excited about this than I already am. I love hatching eggs. When you see the progress of them growing inside those eggs, all the way up to the hatching, every step of it's incredible. I think everybody should experience it once in their life, and it's easy to do, pretty easy to do. You have to pay pretty close attention and obviously take care of them because they are living animals, but it's so doable. You just have to dedicate about 25 days of your time from start to finish. And I promise you won't regret it. Let me know how it goes. If you do it, let me know. Comment below. Thanks, guys.